Welcome to Dancing with Time, hosted by Beth and me, Patti Teal. This podcast is all about self-care, inspiring and supporting each other to live our essential nature, which is timeless. I'm not young, I'm not old, I just am. Join us for conversation, movement, and meditation. Let's get started.
Welcome to the very first edition, our first podcast for Twin Truth, with me, Beth and my dear, wonderful friend and twin, Patti Teal. There she is. We're so glad to have you with us today. We're going to be having a weekly show that has the same theme, the same central feeling, the same topic that we discussed the whole panorama around, or the whole kaleidoscope around. And the topic is self-care. It's something that I hear about so much from everyone as we run around in our busy lives and don't take the time for really the sweetest and most essential part, which is connection to ourselves and knowing ourselves. So self-knowledge, self-growth, self-exploration, this is the real elixir of life and really the path to happiness. So Patti and I are going to provide you with tools weekly. We're going to have a 3-part program. We're going to talk our truth, just whatever comes up. And then we'll have a little movement segment and a little meditation. And we look forward to having you join us. And before too long, we'll be able to have you call in or write in, and we can answer your questions as we have our podcast. So Patti, tell it. Hi there. Go ahead.
Hi, Beth. So first I want to tell whoever is listening or watching what a dream come true this is. I think for both of us, but for sure for me, Beth and I have felt like twins for a very, very long time, hence the name twins. You may notice that our voices are very different. She's got this gorgeous, deep, full voice, and mine is more lyrical and light. And I'm about 3 feet taller than her. Our coloring is a little bit different, but Beth has been in the arts forever. And one time she was illustrating. At that time, I was really doing a lot of children's meditations and projects and stories. And I was trying to tell her what I wanted. And I was so inarticulate. I said, "I'm so sorry, Beth. I'm sure you have no idea what I meant." She goes, "Well, the weird thing is, I know exactly what you meant." So we put our arms around each other and we made our way to the mirror, and we looked in the mirror. And physically, we looked so different, but there was something in the eyes that we go, "My gosh, do we look alike?" And I remember Beth saying, "We do." But it's not only looking alike, we just have so much in common. She's been a very dear, dear friend to me for so many years. She's been there for me through thick and thin. And we all love to have friends like that. And I remember too, we were at a convention. I think it was a New Age trade show. Believe it might have been in Denver a long time ago. I mean, maybe 20 years ago. And we discovered the Abraham Hicks teachings, how you manifest your own reality. And it just rang so true to us. We were so excited about it. And we've both been listening to those teachings, I think, ever since. Right, Beth?
Yes, we have. Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes daily, to keep on that higher ground all the time as your mind whirls around, just like, let's re-engage or recalibrate.
Yeah. So part of what we'll be talking a bit about is how we do create our own reality and our own happiness, even contrary to what it appears like a lot of times, like, why is this happening to me? But we are figuring out that we are involved in the creation of everything.
Beautifully put, Patti. That is so true. And that there's almost humor in it, from when you look at it from a certain angle, like, oh, did I hire that actor in my play to play this part so I would see this in my see that reflected in myself, and I could actually grow past it, because we're on so much default programming a lot of the time. I know I am. It's just like, oh, I reacted like that, or I took myself on this unpleasant adventure. For what reason? And that's why the thing of self-care and self-love is such an important beacon to have right in the middle. Like, how would I be kind to myself in this minute? How would I love myself? And that always takes you kind of back to the center. So, and we have a lot of tools that we're exploring ourselves. I mean, this is all spontaneously our own growth with your growth as well.
Right. And I have to say, you're talking about the actors into your life as well. You know, it could be your family,
Yeah.
whatever your lessons are. It's like, oh my gosh, I went through that 10 years ago, but here's another version of it coming back again. Or I moved, but I'm still having the same issues I had when I lived across the country. This again. So it is really interesting to figure out how we are the key player, even if we're doing it unknowingly.
That's right. Yeah, well, you know that saying, everybody knows, wherever you are, there you are. And, you know, like, oh yeah, oh, it's still me. I might have moved or changed circumstances and so forth. And that's one of the things that we'll talk about, because I know Patti and I work on that a lot. And it seems to be a universal issue, is how do you really live in your next uplifted reality if we are truly creators? And we'll go over some of the science sometimes of how it happens, the vibration of who we are, which projects into external reality, but how to really keep that higher ground when the conditions around you are, you know, not displaying that. There has to be a level again of, oh, okay, well, I love where I am, even though it looks like this, and I expect better, so that you don't miss the fullness of the minute.
It's all life is an adventure, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's an adventure. And that's one of the reasons that we're here to help each other live life as a fabulous, never-ending adventure, rather than there's this inevitable sort of decline and boredom and
come back.
it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to welcome your questions. So at a certain point, you can you'll be able to type them into the chat, and we want you to think about these things over the week and get back to us. And we'll have a lot of information. And we're also I have a book called Joyous Everyday Living, and we're going to refer to that at some point. So that's a very lovely help in defining and finding yourself and who you are, and knowing yourself a little better as that's constantly evolving. So.
Right. And Beth's book is a tool that takes into consideration a lot of different aspects. You know, the importance of nurturing yourself and eating the foods that are correct for yourself and moving your body. And then there's community. You know, how important are the people around us and that we're connected to and that we love so dearly? What are the other sections, Beth?
Well, there's a chapter on creativity, which is really basically a relationship with the unknown, that you welcome the unknown. And I was just reading somewhere that they couched it a little differently. They said there really is no failure or no success. It's all just a process. And I also, because I've made art so much and taught art so much, there is a way of living life as a creative process, which means that, you know, you don't make judgments on where you are at the moment when you're making a work of art. You just, oh, I made this decision. Oh, okay, that looks like that. Well, let me try this and get it to this point. So it's this kind of never-ending unfolding, rather than the judgment of, oh, that's horrible, that looks horrible, I'm a failure, that was a failure, you know, and then, oh, that's a success. So you're not constantly in that play, you're just in the flow of your own evolution. And that's another major key of having life be less constricted by the mind.
Right. And I don't think I've been doing a lot of the creative things that bring me such joy. So that's one of the things I want to start incorporating more into my life. Anyway, true confessions. And I haven't been moving enough.
Hey, that's why we're here. We're all going to support each other. You know, we're all doing it together. Patti, since we're all in this mix together, what are, like, everybody's going to work on their own things, not only us, but everybody out there. And Patti, I know that there's some universal themes. It's not like we're alone in what we want to, you know, evolve or improve or make easier for ourselves. And there's a lot of universal themes that we all carry within ourselves. So I was going to ask you, Patti, what are the things that you would like to have some more lightness about, or some more resolution, or some shift?
Gosh, Beth, let me count the ways. There are so many. And you introduced me to a new book, new to me anyway. It was called A Pocket Full of Money too, but it's not all about being abundant with money. It's about being abundant with life. Every paragraph or so of the book says, I am wealth, I am abundant, I am joy. So I've been saying that in my mind over and over. So it comes back to recognizing some of the negative self-talk that I'm doing. And then he talked about setting goals, and just set as many goals as you want to. It could be thousands of goals. You don't have to limit it, but be as specific as you can, and have the fun of putting it down in a journal. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to really work through this book. I'm excited about it. But I know one of the things that I need to figure out a way to find joy with is my caregiving with my husband, who I love dearly, but I have been caregiving for, gosh, probably 12 years now. And after a time, I had always heard about caregiver burnout, or, having too much. And I start to get snippy and, resentful of not having more time to myself. So I think it's a practice of, designing it so I do have more quiet time and time to myself, so that I'm not just a horrible person to everybody, like, leave me alone, I need some time to myself. But honestly, I do need more time to myself. And how I find that, and still without taking away from him, but have some time that is actually mine, where I'm not responsible for other people. So that's something that I need to work on, so that I can be a better, nicer person, and be more loving, and also just feel happier and more at peace.
That's that theme of self-care and self-love that we've been talking about. You have to, it's just so unheard of, especially for women, to say, I come first. My needs come first. I mean, you're even laughing at it, but it really, in the end, it really is the truth.
Well, I'm only laughing because I'm just, he has trouble like using the remote control, and I just could imagine that answer to him. Could you put this show on? I come first. I think I'll have to frame it differently, but you and I know what we mean.
Wait a minute. Exactly.
That's why I was laughing. I was just thinking of those words and how they would come across. But in actuality, that is something that is so important. Put your own oxygen mask on first.
Yes. That's funny. Yeah. Well, I have a less complicated life in that way, but I'm still, it's so habitual to answer to the needs of everything and everybody else. I mean, I still am challenged with that. I will, even the needs of the house, I will make sure that it's in order and so forth before I exercise, which is much more important to me. But, this has to be done and that has to be done, and these emails and all. Well, and no, they don't really in my life. I can take that time, that 15 minutes to do the stretching and all.
Right.
But I don't, and the reasons it's so hard, I'm not sure, except that we're probably just so culturalized, or whatever the word is.
I went to a Zumba class, and I love dance classes, but it was the first one I've been to in years. So it's finally, getting this message. It is important to take care of your own health and yourself. But like you, if something came up, we need a repairman out, or this hasn't been done, or that hasn't been done. Oh, well, I'll do it next week, so it is just super important, to not put ourselves last.
And maybe that we can all help each other with that. Like, say, okay, this week coming up before our next podcast, what is one thing that would make a huge difference in your life that you keep putting away? And I know for me, it's a certain kind of strength training that I keep putting off, that would really be very beneficial for a lot of the things that I'm doing. So I might just say, I'm going to do this 3 times a week in the morning, no matter if the cable guy's got to come, or no matter if, somebody's demanding something of me. I'll just see what it's like to put myself first, 3 times a week.
Right. And I think that too, sometimes we even forget what we love if we've shut our wishes and our needs out for so long. I mean, I'm thinking back, I was a singer. I made a lot of kids recordings. I was signed with Buena Vista, which is a division of Disney, for a while, but I never sing anymore. And I really would like to see if I still love it as much as I used to, but making sure that you find the time to do that. And I was just pondering that maybe if we think back to what we loved when we were children, maybe we still love that. So I think that is when we are so close to our true nature, that would be a clue for those of us who maybe have even forgotten what we love.
Aha, yes. And then that goes back there. It rounds back to the same topic: self-knowledge, self-exploration as the basis of your true happiness in life. That is the basis, and everyone else is comes into play around that. And I think, yes, it's absolutely what you loved as a child. And then also, just to, if you don't remember any of that, like, what are the tools to explore who you are now? And maybe a different kind of singing, or maybe you have a love of languages, or where are you? I mean, where is the time to explore what fascinates you? And I know if you have families and work and jobs, that's very, very challenging, but you still, even like a short meditation, 5 minutes a day, like you're going to present, Patti, is a kind of depth of self-care, because you hook into the essence of life and the essence of your own life.
Right.
And
I was
really,
thinking, for people that are super busy, I mean, maybe you need to take those 5 minutes in your car before you drive home from work, or
yes,
take a walk before you make that drive home. Find it somewhere, somehow, because it will be worth it. Yeah.
So I think that will be our closing thought before we do our movement and meditation is this week, spend 5 minutes, find that time wherever it is.
5 minutes a day.
Oh, a day, 5 minutes a day.
Don't you?
Yeah. Sing in your car, go lock the door in the bathroom and breathe for 5 minutes, like a meditation. Whatever, dance for 5 minutes, walk, maybe do, lie down is,
right.
And whatever it is, let's all just give ourselves 5 minutes a day of whatever gives us pleasure and connects us to ourselves. What do you think, Patti?
I love it. And you're going to give us 5 minutes of movement right now.
I am. Yes. Okay. We're going to, and then Patti will end our session with a beautiful meditation on whatever she says, but probably will be self-care. But we're going to do a lot just today. I'd like to start with some 5 minutes of just breathing and gentle stretches. So I'm going to do it here. Now, I teach a massive amount of dance. In fact, if you would like to see my dance classes for seated or standing, you can connect in with theloopvillage.com, TheLoopVillage.com. They're a wonderful organization that provides so many programs for isolated seniors. It's all done on Zoom, like we're doing, we're recording right now. And you can find amazing activities. You can have a live trip to Paris. You can hear beautiful music, or it's unbelievable. And I have my classes there weekly that you can take, and they have a free membership right now. So I would jump on there, and there's a lot you could do. So Patti, shall I take it over with a little bit of
that would be wonderful. I'm going to be ready
a little bit of movement
right along with you.
All right, everyone, watch your posture. Here we go. We're going to focus today on breathing. That's where we're going to start. And you can do this throughout your day, even if you just take a few minutes. So I want you to focus on your posture, tummy in, chest lifted, arms open, and shoulders slightly back and down. Good. Now let's have our palms up as we gently inhale, touch our fingertips, and exhale down. We go breathing in and out. Open as wide as you can as you breathe in and you breathe out. Now let's reverse our palms, breathing up and pressing down, palms up and palms down. 2 more breaths, palms up and palms down, and again, breathing in deeply into your body and pressing down. We're going to get oxygen enlivening every cell of our body. Now I'd like you to extend one arm, bring the opposite arm around, and open your side as you move that arm all the way around. Let's have a breath in, turn to the side, breathing in and breathing out. Follow your hand with your eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, let's switch sides, other side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out as you follow your hands. And this is just all about opening up all your systems. Opening up your heart energy, your lungs, your lymphatics, your sense of life itself. Just opening. Good. We're going to come through the center and press out as we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Now the opposite way. Open and press everything away as we open up and press everything away. Now let's just very gently go down our body. Wherever's comfortable, don't go any further. Pull your tummy in and round up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's do that one more time. It feels so good on the spine. Gently breathing as you lean down, relax your back, and round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Let's open again. And I want you to do a pivot on your foot and just a little twist and a little twist and a twist. And then I want you to go all the way to the top like a big rainbow. All the way over the top. And now we're going to make some complete circles, bending the knees. This is a very simple exercise format that basically gets your entire body in a few minutes. And then all the way around like that. Opening up the upper body further, arms out, and just bend the knees slightly and stretch. Bend the knees slightly and stretch. And then we're going to end with 3 lovely deep breaths. Now that we're just a little more open, breathing in, exhaling down. And last one. Breathing in and exhaling down. Yay! Good for just a few minutes.
Thank you, Beth. That felt so good to move. So we talked about taking a few minutes for ourselves and how important that is. So Beth got us moving, and I'm going to guide us in a meditation. So get ready. I like it if you close your eyes, but you do not have to, whatever you like. Take a few deep breaths and we'll get started. Sit in a comfortable position, preferably with a straight spine. Take a deep breath in through your nose to the count of 5. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. Again, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And with a big sigh, let all the air out. You've probably already done a lot today. Now it's time for you, just you. Sit quietly and relax your entire body. Start with your toes and mentally work your way upward all the way to the top of your head. Don't forget to relax your face, your jaw, your cheeks, and your forehead. Place your attention on the space between your eyebrows. Be aware of your breath, but you don't need to control it in any way. Just let yourself be breathed. Focus on your heart. Inhale kindness, understanding, and love for yourself. Exhale kindness, understanding, and love for others. Again, inhale kindness, understanding, and love for yourself. And exhale kindness, understanding, and love for others. Continue on your own. Sit here for as long as you'd like. When you feel complete, gently open your eyes and reorient yourself to your surroundings. Keep this peaceful feeling with you for the rest of your day.